The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Drop. If you like these podcasts and all the other content we create, head on over to our websites and purchase merch. Purchasing merch keeps us going and creating more content. Our websites are grinder-tv.com and livelifecustom.com. We really appreciate it. Now on to the episode. Y'all dialed?
I think so.
All right. What's up?
Lots of stuff.
I know there's a lot of things going on. Number one being the 2025 World Series champion Dodgers.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, your 2025 world champions. Now I get to take the moment to talk all that shit. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Well, I'm going to kind of do that, but not badly. But yes, leading up to the Game 7 of the World Series and all throughout the game, I was met with a lot of friendly ribbing, I guess you'd say. A lot of friendly ribbing, a lot of banter, so to speak. And I didn't respond.
Coming from a fan of neither team, that banter was completely justified.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Especially the way that game, any of those games, well, not any of them, but that was almost too close to even like.
It was incredible.
It was
incredible. Yeah. There's a lot of narratives going around. One of them being that the better team lost. Maybe, we don't know.
Yeah, but that's just it. Baseball. Any one of those teams that made the playoffs could have won. Because there's it's just timing.
It's just the old saying is baseball is a game of inches, and that game literally could not prove that point any better. Yeah. The out at home plate with that guy, I don't know his name, but he was on third base. They refer to him as IFK, so I don't know what that stands for. But Will Smith behind the plate, getting that out, his cleat coming off the bag and just getting down to the bag on time to get that out. That would have been it. That would have been a wrap right there. Mm-hmm. Kike running down that ball in the outfield and getting railroaded by Pages, but still making the catch. That could have been the end of the game. It was just, It was really incredible. I don't know. I don't want to say I don't know because I don't know deep baseball history, but that has to go down as one of the most closest World Series games in recent memory, I would guess.
Yeah, definitely.
It was incredible. We'll get into the Day of the Dead show in a minute, but so you came out last Friday, and we watched Game 6 at the house, which was just insanely, from my perspective. I know your perspective is completely different, but from me and Angie's perspective, was just on the edge of the seat the whole time, just And then we go into the weekend. We go to the show, and Saturday night. Thank you to Los and Cricket for bringing their iPad. That was awesome. So we're watching the game on their iPad, and that was an experience because usually, like I said, I'll be at home for those scenarios. So it was kind of interesting being out in the public and not really kind of showing my whole craziness, but a little bit of my craziness. Yeah. So that was incredible. So I'm glad I got to share that moment with some cool people. Even though I did kind of feel like a little bit of a like a zoo, on display. Like every time something had happened, everybody's like, "What's Frank's reaction?"
Yeah, you're definitely a special type of baseball fan.
I am. Well, I'm definitely a special type of person.
It's definitely a special type of baseball fan.
Yeah. I'm just a special person in general. But the whole thing was. So I was like, as we were watching, I was like, so we begin the game. We're manning the booth, doing our thing, and the game starts, and I'm watching on my phone. And then when Shohei gave up that 3-run home run in the beginning, I was like, okay. So from there on out, I was jumping between watching it on my like the video on my phone, watching the MLB app, and then like just bouncing all around, and then the ending where the iPad was delayed by a few seconds, and we were next to that bar. So we're next to this bar, and like they're going crazy. But in my mind, I'm almost in denial. Like I don't like I'm like because I have to see it for myself. So like when Will Smith hit that go ahead home run, and they're going crazy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just show it to me. And then I see it, and then the game ending double play, and you're like, yeah, it's over. And I'm like, no, how do we know that? And you're like, they're not cheering that much if it was just one out. So
yeah,
the whole thing was just insane. And then like right as that happened, like right after that happened, it was basically time to start tearing down the booth. So I'm like, have all this like, excitement and adrenaline, and I don't know how to release it. So I'm just like taking apart the booth. It was an experience to say the least, but it was, here we are. It was incredible.
It was really good. It was definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, it was definitely. And then right after that, so that was Saturday, and then Monday. So they were in Toronto, Game 7, Toronto for the win, and then they come back Monday morning. Me and Angie woke up at 4 a.m., got in the car, drove down to downtown, and witnessed our second World Series parade back to back.
Your same spot.
Exact same spot. It was surreal almost. It was definitely a different vibe, because the vibe last year was just like, I mean, both were exciting. Both were full of a lot of excited people, but the vibe was different this time because it was just like more. Like there were definitely more people there than last year. There was probably, I don't know numbers or anything, but there's definitely more people there last year. So last year they did this thing where you could actually go to the stadium and watch kind of like the celebration ceremony and like players would talk and stuff. And last year they I don't know how many tickets they sold last year, but it wasn't like the entire stadium. And then this year they sold it out. So there were like hundreds of thousands of people in the streets. Maybe not hundreds of thousands, but tens of thousands of people in the streets. And then 50,000 people waiting at the stadium to watch the players come back. It was.
I wonder if there was more people this year, because last year, like maybe because when they won, they didn't do that in 2020 when they won.
No.
So like maybe people didn't know about that part. They're like,
maybe.
And then last year they saw it and they're like, oh, you can go to the stadium.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So this year, they're like,
well, that was the big narrative last year was, the Dodgers won in 2020. There was a lot of, not necessarily controversy, but a lot of opinions about that win, the legitimacy of it or whatever. I mean, it's a legitimate win. They won the World Series in that year. But under the COVID circumstances and everything. So, and one of the main narratives last year was the fans being kind of like robbed, so to speak, of a parade, because parades have happened. Every city has a parade after a win. And even in basketball, like I never went to any of the Lakers finals parades, but there was many of those. The Lakers did a three-peat in 2010. So those happened. So when 2020 happened and there was no parade, people kind of felt a little robbed. So last year was like, that was the narrative, was like, we got you guys the parade. Here it is. Yeah. That was the excitement. And then this year's like narrative, it's really interesting because this year's narrative, and this is like the players and the front office and everybody. It's like, this is really fun, but we're going to get a three-peat. Like that was, and it was like, it wasn't like haha, like, oh, that'd be cool to do. Like they were like, no, we will be back here next year.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like this really interesting narrative that like, I don't know. It's just interesting. But the parade was amazing. We sat around for 5 hours for 4 minutes of a parade, but it was so worth it. Like, I'm trying to like hold my phone and capture everything, but I'm also so super excited, going crazy. Like the one bus, there's four buses. There's like the front office people on the first one, and then there's like Magic Johnson in the front and the front office people, and then the second one is like the offensive players, like the just the regular players, and then the third one is the pitching staff and stuff. But the second one is Dave Roberts with the trophy, and it's just like this surreal experience. And so I'm filming it, and I see Freddie Freeman. And I'm like, yeah, and then I didn't realize Shohei was sitting right next to him, but he was like looking down, so I couldn't tell. So at the very last moment, I realized it's him. So I grabbed that, and it was crazy. It was just absolutely incredible.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's an experience. Hey, man, it's an experience. If your team ever wins the World Championship, you guys should go to the parade. It's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was incredible. The show, we went to a show last weekend.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had it wasn't as I was so this basically was like a Day of the Dead event on that weekend, right? That weekend's the Day of the Dead weekend.
November 1st, yeah.
Yeah, so like they have a huge like art festival. I don't know the whole thing about the Day of the Dead.
Did you watch
thing.
Coco?
No.
No. You should watch it. Then you would be like, yeah. Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. But that's basically like all on, I think it's Market Street in downtown Riverside, and it takes up like a good 7 or 8 blocks.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It was really big.
The street over is Main Street, and that's where the court is, and that's where Chuco has his car show. Mm-hmm. And so we were set up on that street. But just being down there is fun. Like I love downtown Riverside. Grew up going.
Yeah, you're a Riverside guy.
Yeah, especially just right in that area. Just that whole thing. So yeah, it was just fun just being down there. You know, just it wasn't. I thought I had this grand picture in my head, right?
Yeah,
of like these just thousands of people walking around and just buying merch and all this stuff. So I was trying to, you know, when you have that in your head and you try to beat it down because you're just like, no, I don't want to. I don't want my expectations. I don't want to be sad or
right.
disappointed in that. So I did. I just was just like, it doesn't matter what happens. And it was perfect because I still made some money, and I just hanging out with like Alan.
Yeah,
and then
that was
the baseball game. You know, like that just made the whole experience. It was almost like we were at a truck run. It kind of felt like we were like all just kind of huddled around this
like camping. Yeah.
So,
it was cool. That's great. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and it was really busy. That's the thing. There was a ton of foot traffic, but not a lot of sales.
Yeah, and let me, from my perspective, I had a lot of fun too. I understand that Chuco was, you know, like really concerned if we were, you know, making sales and doing well. And I just told him, I said, man, I'm just having a lot of fun, just hanging out, you know. And luckily, like for you, it's a little more because you have to drive all the way up from Arizona. But for me, it's like, hey, man, it's a Saturday. I'm not that far away. It's not. It's just cool to hang out with everybody. And yeah, you're like Alan and Los and Doug and Ricky and like everybody who swung by, like hanging out and everything. And then I wasn't out there Sunday. You stayed Sunday, and then Brent came out Sunday, right?
Well, yeah, Brent came out Sunday, and then Jacob and a couple guys from Severed came out, and they brought their trucks.
Oh, cool.
So we were all hanging out, and it was just like basically another repeat of that day, and it was busier on Sunday sales wise.
Oh, really? So, that's good.
So that was good, and
but yeah, so I mean, like I can't, you know, lie to Chuco, like sales were not that great, but again, it was fun. And that was like kind of the perspective that I took on it. It was a lot of fun. The cars were cool. So to kind of expand on the Day of the Dead thing. So, the car show was mostly lowriders. I would say there were like a few mini trucks from like kind of our kind of group, but there was mostly lowriders. And then what they do is they put up what they call an ofrenda, which is like, you make an altar and you put up photos of people who've passed away. And then for the full explanation, go watch Coco, the movie. It explains it exactly. But anyway, so each car, they would set up their ofrenda, and it was just really cool, very nicely decorated. And, you know, I've never really experienced a Day of the Dead celebration. So it was really cool to experience that. But yeah, like going one street over where the main thing was like, you know, it was a completely different experience. There was like thousands of people walking up and down. And then like I saw videos and stuff of on Sunday night, I guess, there was a ska band playing.
Oh, yeah. Next year, Voodoo's coming out and playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so, then okay, I'm in.
Yeah. That band that played was super good too. And Chuco,
you watched him?
I didn't watch him. He came up and he's like, "Hey, let's go dance and let's go mess around." And I was like, I didn't plan for that. I'm also and like, yeah, there was people at the booth like Alan and Jacob and all, but I was like, but those guys don't. They're not. They can run the booth. That's totally fine. But
yeah.
They weren't there to do that. You know what I mean? So they're not like the normal people that help out and stuff. So
I think we'll take it now that we know, because we had no idea about that thing.
Yeah.
We just kind of went to that thing blind. So now we have more of a better understanding of it. I think we can kind of navigate a little bit better next year. You know,
well,
I think also Chuco learned a lot from this year. I mean, and this is not the first time
it's only his second year doing it.
Yeah. It wasn't, but it wasn't also not the first time he did it. So it's not like he didn't know anything. He had an idea, and I think just as one of those things, and we talk about a lot on this podcast, is just doing things and like learning from that experience and making it better the next time, you know? And we, you know, I'm not saying we're experts or anything. You are more of an expert than I am when it comes to event planning and event throwing. So you had some really great, you know, advice for him, and that's what he needed. He needed that. And I think next year will be better. He'll have a better understanding of it. But yeah, if Voodoo is going to be there, that's awesome. Because Voodoo they're from Riverside, California, and a very old band. I'm sure people know who Voodoo Glow Skulls are. And funny enough, they're actually, the Pinks are going on tour with them next week.
Oh, that's cool.
It's Pinks, Authority Zero, and Voodoo. And it sucks because we're going to Vegas this weekend, which is now last weekend. And they're going to be in Vegas the Dino's weekend.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really want to see that. I've seen Voodoo like, bunch of times, but they're just, I love Voodoo shows. They're so high energetic and they're just fun, and like those guys rip. And the lead singer Frank, who is brothers with two of the other guys, he wasn't in the band for a while. He took kind of a hiatus, like, you know, in the 1920, and then they had this guy named Efren from Death by Stereo. He became the lead singer for a little while, and then but now Frank is back, so now it's like the original Voodoo lineup. But
yeah, he told me the other day that they contacted him and they want to come down.
Oh,
there
really?
And do it. So yeah,
cool.
That'll be fun. And then
he's like homies with them too. Chuko's known them for a really long time.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I told him, I said, I'll be back. I'm going to bring my truck out, and I just want to like.
It'll be way more fun with our trucks there.
Yeah. And then still do the booths and still do just everything. Just not knowing going into it like this is like again, it was just a lot of fun to hang out and be down there.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of like the mindset going into that again.
Yeah.
But that event was fun. It's Monday morning. We are done with A Day to Remember. So the question is, did we make it?
Did we make what?
The truck, the red truck?
No,
was
no,
it there?
no, it's not.
Oh, it was not there.
No. That's why I'm doing the podcast right now.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't go down to Pandas because we decided yesterday that it wasn't.
Okay.
And yeah, so it needs a fuel. We think it needs a fuel pump.
I saw the meme of the Charger from.
So funny. I was out getting gas when he posted that and coolant for the truck. So yeah, it's just it needs the bed is it needs like where the fenders go. It just needs more sheet metal work and so we're just like not a big deal.
Yeah,
we'll just I'm gonna take it to Turkey Drag.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Cool. Right on.
I was just gonna drive the Maverick out in the trailer, and then I was just like, no, I need like a final thing for this truck.
And
so
it's kind of in this weird spot because like it's the options are that or Severed. Yeah, and Severed's a while away.
Yeah. So it's just gonna be that, and it'll probably be at Severed too. Eric's gonna come out for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So we're just gonna do that, and then so now I'm in this thing where I'm like. Last night I came home and messed around, and then I put my truck back together and put the throttle body back on. Like I took it all off and cleaned it, and like this thing that's on the side of the throttle body that controls the idle and stuff was just gunked up with I don't even know what was in it. Rust
10 years of
it was just
everything.
So gross. So I took it out, and then I stripped one of the screws.
Oh, no.
To get it out. So I had to take a self-tapper, or I took a drill bit, drilled this screw out, took a self-tapper, tapped it into the screw, took it out, and yeah. But anyways, I got it back running, and I plugged everything in, and it started right up, and it runs. It sounds really good now, like the throttle and stuff. I was nice. Oh. But it's still idling a little high. But so now I'm just like, do I take my truck to Day to Remember, or do I just roll the Maverick up, pull in the little trailer? So I'm just kind of like,
oh, you kind of, yeah. Because the plan was you were going to, bring the red truck up and everything like that. And then put merch in my trailer because I'm going to have my trailer up there. Yeah.
But I'm like,
either way, you should bring your truck, dude. Bring it.
Yeah. But it's kind of a pain to ask to bring my truck.
I know. I completely know that because I did that a few times with the 4Runner. And yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
No, not that part. Not like the part. Well, so just putting it on a trailer and taking off trailer is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
but just like it doesn't need to be there. Everyone's already seen the truck, and I'm not going to drive it around. Like I don't know. So I'm just kind of like way easier just to throw everything in the Maverick, but then way funner to have the Tacoma there just to have it there.
Yeah.
So I'm just being lazy because
it would be cool. I'm sorry. Go Go ahead.
No, because I was gonna say like if I load the truck up, put the boost stuff in the Titan and everything, and then I get to the show, then I gotta drive the Titan. Well, I could just unload it in the parking lot and then drive it. Yeah, maybe I'll just do it. I don't know. I'm gonna go drive the Tacoma. I'm gonna go drive the Tacoma around in a little bit here.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say that Oliver got his truck all put together and he's stoked to go cruise it on Saturday. So it'd be cool to go cruising.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just throwing that out there. But anyway, yeah. So cool. Yeah. The red truck didn't make it. Dude, that thing lays so hard.
I know.
It's so good.
I told Panda what you said. I was like, hey, Frank says he wants his bed to be deeper, and he just went. He's just laughing, and there was another guy there. There was another guy there that was visiting. He's a severed guy from like back east, and let me make sure I have his name right here real quick.
Hey, Panda said that if we
Panda says a lot of things. So
I know.
Aaron Griffith was there. He's a guy. He's from back east. He was on his way. He was visiting Phoenix on his way to SEMA. Severed guy, and he was like, "Is Frank really worried about all that?" I was like, "It's so funny because
you don't know Frank."
That's what I said. I said Frank worries about everything.
Yeah,
but yeah. So you might get like a 1 inch, but barely.
Really?
More than that, yeah.
I mean, from the picture can be deceiving because, photos are kind of deceiving sometimes. How deep is it actually?
It's like 7 inches.
Okay. That is more than I thought because, again, it looks deceiving. It looks super shallow. So, yeah, if I could get, 6-8 inches out of it, yeah. I just want to be able to put totes in it and not worry about them yeeting out.
That's the thing is you could have a 2-inch bed and they won't yeet out. You know what I mean? Because you're going to have to strap them down. So you keep your hooks in the... Man, the club chat is going crazy. I need to shut this off.
Turn that off. I put my phone on silent.
No, they pop up on my computer. It's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no, so like if you just put hooks in the corners, which we're gonna put hooks in the corners of that one, then as long as your totes... I mean, you think about a flatbed truck with no sides.
Yeah.
People load those down with concrete and everything. They don't fall off the sides.
Yeah.
So it's literally just about where you put your hooks at.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll all work out, and it is what it is. Like you can't make it up. Nope. It just is within the parameters.
Yeah.
It is going to be a little bit. And Panda is going to correct me, and you can correct me too. But like since it's the setup's going to be a little bit different, like it's going to have like the way that Panda described it.
You still have your gas tank, so the gas tank doesn't sit much lower than what that bridge sits.
Right, but what we were talking about was leaving the gas tank where it is and moving it up into the cab.
Yeah, but even so. Your notch is your notch.
Yeah, he said that it will be as high as the notch is going to be.
Yeah, and then you have shock mounts to worry about too.
Yeah.
So that's what this one is. It's notch and then a shock mount stick up a little bit.
Okay. So there's only one way to really find out.
Well, there is only one way to find out because millions of trucks have already been done. So you kind of already know, like, it's not going to be super deep. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not asking for stock. I know that it is going to be different.
Yeah.
Just how much different. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But no, back to the truck laying out. Like the photo you posted on Instagram on stories when it's just like the wheel and then you can see part the rocker. Damn.
The truck's sick, dude.
The truck is super sick. It like you said, it's the color and the wheels, but it's also the stance. That stance is hard.
Well, it's the color and the wheels more than the stance. I mean, the stance is it's a body drop to the rocker truck. So
right.
Why is
but all three of those things in combination.
Oh yeah. But the color and those wheels make that truck like that.
I'm really glad he decided to keep those because those were the wheels that he had on his Tacoma.
Yeah, they are freaking cool.
Yeah, because they're like they're one-off Boyds, right? I think he said
he doesn't know if they're one-off, but he thinks they are.
Well, because he got them from Dave. Because Dave was the first. I don't know where Dave got them from, but they were already on the truck when Dave sold it to Eric.
I have no idea. I just know that they're
Dave could answer that question.
Dave might not be able to even answer that question. Maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Wherever these wheels freaking came from, they're dope. They're super dope.
Fit it. Yeah, it would be like they would still be cool if it was a different color, but like the red, that faded red, that wheel and being body dropped to the rocker just makes the whole thing work.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And everything, like it's got plenty of room inside of it for the stock floor.
It's so stock. Like I was laying underneath the dash filming the clutch being put in, and like I'm looking around and I'm just like, we never took the dash out of this thing. Like
that's right. Yeah.
We took the kick panels off, and then the kick panels went back on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
oh, cool.
I'm just looking around. I'm like, everything is stock on this truck.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And the tubs turned out well and everything. I'm sure we'll see that in the video.
Yeah, the front tubs, the bed is just the way that they, cut the bed. It just came down perfectly, and even like the bed hooks. There's 2 bed hooks in the front corners. Mm-hmm. The one bolt hole like went up and just lined up perfectly to the where this it
all came together.
Out. Yeah,
which is nice because there were some hiccups along the way. So it was nice that some things just come together smoothly.
Yeah, and then we go to start the truck, and the truck would it started yesterday. It started, today's Thursday, so Tuesday we hooked the battery up and he just cranked it and it started right up. And then yesterday we were messing with the air ride, and I was like, well, we need to start the truck to get the voltage up and everything. So we went to start the truck and it wouldn't start. And we're just
like that.
So then we put gas in it, and then I went and got more gas and put it in there, and it just wouldn't turn over. So then we undid the fuel lines, and the pump's not covered. The pumps, there's power going to the pump, but there's no gas coming out of the thing. So Eric's going to bring a fuel pump to Vegas and
slap it in there. See what happens.
Slap it in there.
Cool. Right on. Well, I'm looking forward to the exciting conclusion of the red truck build.
Yeah, I think there will be
to the next.
I think I'm gonna end it because I might have time on Sunday to make this video. I don't know, because I'm gonna include like the Kaiusha meet, the Day of the Dead show, and this. So those 2 things will take longer to edit than this. But yeah, So I'm gonna try to have a video out like Monday or Tuesday of it.
So today there possibly might be a video.
Possibly.
Today? Well, if there is,
go
watch it.
We'll see what time I get home on Sunday and how I feel.
Yeah, next week is gonna be hectic. I feel like this is like, last week was like super chill, nice. This week is weekend's gonna be chill and easygoing. I feel like next week is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, this week was hectic too, just because I had to drive down to Pandas every single day.
Yeah,
and that's why today I was, we were gonna record this later tonight, but today I messaged him. I was like, "Hey man, you cool if I come down on Monday and not today?" He goes, "I don't care."
Like, well, I mean, if the fact of the matter is the truck wasn't going to make it anyway. Yeah,
that's where I was at, and then I was like, oh, that frees up everything. So
yeah, I'm coming down to a few things that I'm doing. I have a new shirt that was at the Day to Remember show. I call it the standard issue. It's very simple. It's just our Kustom Life Ice logo on the back and a little one on the front.
Oh, so you didn't have that at the Day of the Dead show. You're saying
no, I did not have. I have it. I had it at the Vegas show.
Yes.
And I'll also have it this weekend at Dino's. So if you want to grab one at Dino's, super simple. Like I said, super simple. And just kind of an idea that we talked about a lot.
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years ago. And I'm gonna do different things. Like I was thinking about because you and Lindsay had suggested doing it in different colors and stuff. And I think what I'm gonna do is just have one tote dedicated to that shirt and just fill it like the different sizes with different colors. So I may not have like a bunch of blacks, or I may only have like one red or something. I don't know. It's just going to be this mix of stuff.
Yeah. Definitely, that's what we've been telling you to do for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Because
it takes me a minute.
Yeah, it takes you a minute.
Here we are. I only have black this weekend.
When Lindsay said, "Is there an ink change fee?" the other day in our chat, I almost lost my. I was laughing so hard.
That's funny. There is. No, I was kidding.
You charge yourself?
I do. Yeah, charge myself time, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have that this weekend, and that'll be on the website, also up for grabs. What else is going on? Oh, I should have said this last week for the Vegas show this weekend, but I also have them at Dino's. I'm going to have kids hoodies. I printed these a while ago. And so it just like is when I printed them, like it was cold and then it just got hot. So there's no reason to bring them out. So I have all of these like youth sized hoodies. So I have them from like 2T up to like a youth large. So yeah, so I'm going to have those. I'll have those at Dino's too. So if you got a little kiddo, and you want to know something funny that I was like, I noticed about the temperature. Cause remember last year, Dino's, it was freezing freaking cold on Friday.
Yeah.
Same thing next week, dude. It's like in the 70s, and then Friday's like 65.
Yeah, and it also says possible rain.
Oh, really? For Friday?
Well, now it doesn't. But let's see. Yeah, it did. Let's see. Yeah, Joe called me yesterday, and he was like, "Did you see next Friday's forecast?" Now it doesn't. Now it just shows sunny. So earlier it showed 35% chance of rain, but it says 78. So yeah, it'll be nice weather.
Oh, 70. It says 78 now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, last time I checked, it said 65. That could have been because of the rain.
Yeah. That I'm sure that'll.
Oh, 75. That's going to be perfect. That's a perfect weekend right there.
Yeah, it is. We'll see. These weather apps get kind of wonky.
A little dicey.
Yeah.
I'm rolling away. My chair is like slowly drifting away. So that's this weekend. So hope to see everybody at Dino's.
And
it's gonna be a ton of fun.
OBS T-shirt out there.
Yeah, the new one, which is so sick.
Which is on the I put it on the website. I haven't announced that I put it on the website, but I sent an email blast out, so some people already have theirs.
Oh, cool! I saw. Yeah.
So and then I'll have a bunch of stuff.
That's awesome.
It'll be interesting to fit everything in there.
Is it pretty much we're doing the same setup?
Yeah, but I think I might have more. I think I might have one or two more T-shirts on this time.
Okay.
So we'll have to, like I said, we'll put that black rack out and we could put that black rack out and like put bodies on that black rack, and I can do the same thing on this side with a couple of mine. Okay. So
yeah, cool. It'll be fun. But I mean, like, are we gonna do the like the 10x20, then two 10x10s, and then another 10x10, so have like a little 3-dimensional type
have
thing.
Our little clubhouse in the back.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm so stoked on that.
Yeah,
Joe was telling me, Joe talked to Dino, and he thinks we might. He thinks, and I don't know if he's confirmed it. I need to message him. He thought he heard her say that we're back to back this time. So instead of being on the side, we're
interesting. And
I'm actually I'm like, well, that would be cool because on that aisle, the booth goes up, and Joe's booth, he had that frontage on there. So imagine if we had that frontage, and so we were just like this.
Oh, that would help out a lot.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then because
then he could do the same thing. So he could like the boost would almost go like this, like
exactly.
a U.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And then he would be, instead of all the way down here, we would just be back to him, and his trailer would be there, but we could put that at the end and like.
Yeah.
I don't know. He said he thinks that's what he heard her say when they were on the phone, but he wasn't sure.
Well, either way, it's gonna be fun. Yeah. So what else is going on? We're only 31 minutes into this. I got a lot of other stuff going on, so we can talk about other stuff. But
what do you got?
We got some leftover questions and comments and everything like that from last week, so we can get into that.
All right, well, let's finish off this. So Dino's, and then I'll be at Turkey Drag, and then January 3rd, Modded Culture out here in Phoenix. So if anyone wants to come hang out for that, it's going to be fun. And then Severed in the Southwest, January 31st. And then we should start seeing some Forbidden stuff on the... I haven't even posted much on there, but...
Yeah.
Some Forbidden updates, and then,
When does Pre-Ridge open?
First week of January.
Okay.
Every year for Forbidden, it'll be sometime the first week of January for that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great. Everything is really good. Hopefully, I'm just kind of getting antsy for the Tacoma when to start it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a general idea. I've talked to Panda, but I'm just now that the red truck's in. Are you doing the OBS next?
Yeah, the OBS will be next, and then but he's got some Jeep in there now, and then he's got another truck coming in there. So, but with the more people that he's got working there, so it's like, things go by faster. So it's not just him in there anymore.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I just want to get it. I just want to go. I just want to do it.
It's funny because you're going to be antsy to get it in there, and then you're going to get it in there, and it's just going to go, okay, I'll see you in 9 months.
Yeah. The total time was 9 months on the red truck, huh?
About a year.
No, I remember I went back and looked at the first videos were in March.
Yeah. So I think I actually, 9 months or so. Mm-hmm. 9-ish months.
Yeah. So
by the time we get it all done.
Figuring probably the same for mine, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm 2026. Well, your truck will be in there probably most of 2026.
So I was like, first, I'm like, what? I'm like, oh no, 2026 is in a month and a half.
Yeah. But then you never know. Like, you just never know.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's all the upcoming events, past events, what we did. We got some questions, some leftover questions. And one of them, you know what? We'll get to that one in a second.
Ooh.
But you want to drop it in?
Yeah, let's drop it in. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Drop!
And drop.
Dropping in.
Drop in.
Drop.
I dropped everything. I knew the drops would come.
Drop it!
All right.
All right, dropping it in. So we're starting it off with Tacoma talk. This person, I think, so it says that this is kind of I don't know if this is a secret or not. But I won't mention who it is because he says, well, maybe we can mention who it is after I say this. Any chance of a Tacoma Builders episode? I may or may not have bought an 04. He said, and then he does like little shush faces, so maybe he doesn't want anybody to know. Would be neat to hear do's and don'ts, preferred parts, wheel offset, and wheel size options, etc. And then you, I know it was you because I didn't say this. You responded with, "We can tell you a lot of don'ts."
Yeah.
Do's and don'ts, parts needed. It all like comes down to what wheels. That's the biggest thing that you figured out that I've learned is all on the wheels.
Yeah.
20s, expensive and hard, but looks super dope.
Yeah.
18s, much easier, cheaper, I guess. But also they're just 18s.
Yeah. The biggest thing is you can run 20s. Like Trevor Panda ran 20s on his, but it's hard to drive. Mm-hmm. And it's only hard to drive because to lift them up over the fender to turn. And so what the Hell's Gate kit does is it not only gives it the lift it needs, but it sucks the wheels in. So like I don't have to lift my truck all the way up to turn. I can drive it around with the tucking rim. Now, if I need to make like a hard turn, then I can air it up all the way and it clears the fenders and all that stuff. Whereas if you a lot of times if you just are trying to mess around with drop spindles or you just do a custom upper arm, you don't do like the full deal. You're not going to get enough lift to clear the wheels, and then your wheels are not going to be narrower, or the track width won't be narrowed enough to turn just driving normally. So it just gets annoying. And then that's what I knew was going to happen to me, and that's why I did go with the Hell's Gate kit. Like buckled down and did that because I was like, I'm just going to get pissed if I hit my fender, or I'm going to get pissed if I can't turn or whatever, Mm-hmm. So then same in the back, you got to mess with you got to get the shorter axle, and then we had to shorten the shorter axle, and then it also comes down if you want to lay pinch or if you want to lay rocker.
Yeah. Rocker. That's not even a question.
Yeah. Rocker on 18s is like the perfect setup because you're not having to like drop the motor. You're not having to do a bunch of stuff like that. Heavy modifications under the hood. You can just kind of rearrange things and get them out of the way. And same with the back.
Eddie's truck from Florida is on 20s, right?
I think so.
Yeah. His is also a 5-speed because that was the other thing that we've said a lot during this whole thing is like automatics versus manuals, and you learned on the red truck that, you have to modify the master cylinder and move it around and brakes too.
That's
right?
Brakes. Yeah. So that's what we were doing. The clutch actually ended up being super simple on the red truck. With that. And
that's right, because I remember in the video finding that other master cylinder off of an 05 Tacoma, right?
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, it's not a difficult thing. It's more, it comes down to cost.
Yeah.
So like with the automatic and 18s, you probably just have to get a smaller brake booster.
That's what we were talking about.
Or eliminate the brake booster and go manual. That's not difficult. It's just figuring out the clutch pedal. And, it's just time.
That's an interesting thing that you were saying because there's a dude out there who's Tacoma's on 20s with all this stuff, and we're saying we are looking at it from a perspective of shops building these things because someone could easily do this in their garage, and 100%. It's way different. Like the cost is different, the time is different, everything's way different. We're talking from a perspective of a shop building,
paying.
Yeah. Which a lot of people that's a position they're in. A lot of people don't have the skills or the time or the facilities or the tools to do it themselves. So that's the position that they're in.
Yeah. Or it gets down to it and it's just a pain. Like what are you going to use? Do you want a 5-speed? Do you want an automatic? I like 5-speeds because they're more sporty.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't want to be stuck in traffic in a 5-speed.
That's what Eddie said. Eddie's like when we were in the beginning, we were talking about like, me finding my truck in autos and he's all, dude, when I was sitting in that traffic at Mini Nats, it was rough.
Rough. I was like, I'm going to drive my Tacoma over to Pandas next week because I want the guy that's doing the clutch. I want him to look at mine for possibly doing a turbo down the road. And then I was thinking of the traffic that I would have to sit in on the way home.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, that would suck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just one of those things. Like what do you want in the end? Mm-hmm. And most people are just going to cruise it. They don't care about the 5-speed aspect of it.
Well, and that's where I'm at. Even the wheel size, like 100% 20-inch wheels look way better. But I'm not like. Of course, I'm concerned about style, of course, but I'm not so concerned that I want to do all this extra work and everything for. You
also live on a dirt road, and with the 18s, you can put just a little bit bigger of a tire on it.
That's always been my main point is like I'm going to run a 40 series tire on 18s, and not only because of my road, but like just Southern California in general. Like, dude, the 10 freeway is jacked. Like a lot of these freeways are just super jacked. So I've always liked running the bigger tire, and I know that you could easily as bend a cast aluminum wheel, just as easily as a billet, but
not bend,
since
you'll crack it.
Yeah. So, but also the except for now, like the wheels that I'm putting on it are a little more affordable than like a billet wheel. Even though like I was gonna say like Ben sends me all these things of Facebook Marketplace finds, people are out there trying to ask $2,000 for a set of banks. Yeah, I'm like, nah.
No, you could buy a $400 set of messed up banks and have them fixed
for the same price.
As someone asking perfectly once. So it's just like.
And triple chromed and all this other good stuff, which is eventually that is my plan for the wheels that I'm going to have. I'm going to, once the truck is all done and all dialed, then take them off and have Jaime re-chrome and everything, and then just have a really like super nice set where the whole like the inside of the barrels are clean and everything that's like super nice, Yeah. But but throughout your build, like what are some of the other like advice to give people if they're attempting to build a Tacoma?
I don't know.
It's kind of hard to put in.
Find one running, driving, and every single interior component there. Mm-hmm. And because that's depending on what year you get. Mine's in early 97, which 95 and a half to early 97 were all the same interior wise. And then mid 97 to 2004, they changed everything.
Yeah, because they went to the knob climate control.
To the knob climate controls, which is not the cables. It's all digital. Mm-hmm. The speedometer changed to not a cable at some point in there. So it's just like, for me to find certain parts for mine was harder because I couldn't just go to a junkyard and pull it out of a Tacoma. They were definitely a little bit different. So yeah, that's just stuff like that. Like find what's important to you. And if you find a Tacoma that's, this Tacoma's $2,000, but it's missing a bunch of stuff. Mm-hmm. Can you find a complete Tacoma for $4,000?
Exactly.
And save yourself time and headache later on down the road. Mm-hmm. Like these parts are plastic and break and they get brittle. So depending on where you find the Tacoma, where you're shopping for one, like.
Oh yeah. That's the issue, especially with Tacomas and with the way that the chassis is rusted. So like if you're, in the South or East, like your journey is much different than, out here.
Yeah.
And also, so the other thing that I learned along the way was like the difference of finding one that has good paint and one that doesn't have good paint. Mm-hmm. Because like there was a time when I was looking at little cheaper ones like 6,500, sub 6,500 or around that, but the paint was jacked up. So I talked to Alan, and then once we started talking about paint, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to spend more now with a little cleaner paint job than say, I'll get one with a crappy paint job and paint it later.
Which in all honesty, probably would have saved you money doing that way, because now you're gonna get your truck done and see all those little dings and dents, and you were gonna want.
I already see that.
You're gonna want to fix them.
Well, me and Alan already talked about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you would have, but you could buy one for $6,500, put $4,000, have a brand new paint job. You bought one for $9,500.
Alan might disagree with you on that.
Well, let me just finish here.
Yeah.
So you buy one for $6,500. That's got good. It's got faded paint, but the body's straight. Mm-hmm. Now you spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a paint job, right? Mm-hmm. You bought one for $9,500 that needs body work and paint. You see what I'm saying? So you're still.
Well, it doesn't. Mine doesn't need paint. It just needs to be.
Yours will. It'll definitely need paint at some point.
Oh yeah, I'm not. And well, that's what I'm saying. Like I just wanted. I wanted to get a bit cleaner. Sans the dents. I wanted a cleaner paint job, so once it's done, it looks good. I didn't want to have faded paint.
I know, but this is what I'm saying is like you're still going to want to fix those dents.
Yeah, which
So
we talked about. We don't have to repaint it to fix the dents.
No, but you're going to still spend $1,000+ fixing dents. You see? What I'm
But
saying?
it's not. It's not. And by the way, it's an $8,000 paint job.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're gonna it's just what you spent. If you were looking at them for $6,500, you got yours for $9,500, right?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy with what I did. The dents do bother me, which is funny, but I think it'll all work out. Just because I'm gonna blow all my load, so to speak, building the truck. So we need to rebuild that, and so I just want it somewhat clean. I just didn't want like one where the clear was thin or coming apart. That way, like I put all this money into the suspension, and then I'm like, yeah, and then it's like, oh, it kind of looks a little ratty still.
Especially when it comes down to the level where you see the roof.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna look at it all the freaking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where so no, the clear's still pretty thick on mine. I just gotta stop shoving it through the slapper washes.
You got to start taking care of your stuff.
Yeah, I know. I am. I'm better. I'm not as bad as I was once before. But
yeah, the best place to find a truck is the Northwest because you have the paint doesn't get beat up there, and the interior doesn't get beat up there.
Yeah. Because it's the not so sunny. It's kind of funny, because like everything is regional. Like that's really good up there. I wonder if they though have, since it is wet all the time, I wonder if they have rust problems. No, is it because
it's not snowy, so they don't have all the salt on the road and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay, that's why like the rust belt is so bad, is because they like salt their roads and stuff. Yeah, if I lived in like the Midwest, gosh, that'd be hard to find a super clean one.
Oh well, I was just on the phone with Tony from Indiana this morning, and he was like, he had a Tacoma extra cab he got for a really good deal, and he threw it on Marketplace. I think he got 10.5 out of it.
Oh, nice.
But he said for the 10 hours it was up, he got 180 messages.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was just like, this is insane.
Which is why I should have. I mean, it's resolved now, and I'll go into detail about that later once it all happens. But I should have sent the Titan out to like Tony to sell or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have sold for a good price out there.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know what the Titan market is out there.
I mean,
what I mean?
The market out there is non-holes.
Yeah.
That's the market. Does it have rockers or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like on Reddit, I'll come across those subreddits where they're like just destroyed, and it's kind of funny too, because like back east, I guess we don't have that here or anything, but back east they have the inspections and stuff. So I see a lot of like posts about like, how did this thing pass inspection? Same way we smog cars in Southern California.
Exactly. You figure it out.
You make it happen.
You make it happen.
So all right, cool, man. I didn't know if you want to be put on blast, but that was a great question for the person who asked.
You could ask it again in a year from now when yours is done, because you're gonna learn. You'll learn different.
I'm
things.
gonna learn a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, your whole what you
journey.
Your journey and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then our buddy Adam from PNW. Hey guys, podcast question. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, podcast question. Are there any new vehicles, cars, or trucks that you guys are looking forward to seeing custom built? And I said, that's a great question, because it's SEMA week. A lot of people are at SEMA.
SEMA looks popping this year.
Yeah, it does.
I was like, I haven't been at any point in time the last 5-ish years. I haven't been like, man, I wish I was at SEMA. This year, I was like kind of looking at stuff. I was like, dang, there's some cool stuff there.
Cool stuff and cool events. Like for the past few years, Hoonigan has had their burn yard. I think that really kind of like helped things out up there, because it added some like excitement and some action, going on.
It also seems like Hoonigan's coming back into the space. Like,
I noticed that too.
With the Travis Pastrana, Jim Connor coming out.
Yeah, I saw the teaser for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be sick. Yeah, Jaime in Georgia out there. Jaime's truck is on display in the US Mags booth with his Stout. on the Tacoma Tacoma chassis, or however you want to say that. It looks cool. His wheels came out killer. His interior. Do you see pictures of his interior? Super nice. Just it actually fits that truck so perfect.
Yeah.
So if anybody was out at SEMA, or is it? No, SEMA's over. Yeah, when this comes out, SEMA's over. So hopefully people saw it, and I'm really happy for Jaime. It's really cool. But yeah, new cars or trucks that I would like to see custom built.
Like a new model?
I think that's what he means. Let me reiterate what he says. Yeah. Are there new vehicles, cars, or trucks that you guys are looking forward to seeing custom built?
No.
I mean, I've already seen a Tundra laid out. Fat Fabs did that. That's super cool.
I'd say anything out of Fat Fabs. Like anything.
They haven't done a Tacoma yet, huh?
No, but like I'm just saying, like all their stuff, like their big wheels, their big full sizes, their like all that stuff is. You just look at that and you're just like, that's unreal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's unreal. But it was funny because Jacob, that has Eric's old truck from Severed, he was out at the Day of the Dead deal, and we were hanging out all day and stuff. And
that Jacob, I thought you were talking about Jake from Fat Pat. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and he goes, because he owns a couple of, I think he's got that Escalade, and he's got another Fat Fabs built Chevy.
Oh, he owns that truck? I didn't know that.
And then,
that's cool.
But he's got that Tacoma, which is a conventional body drop. And he was like, he's like, I have more fun driving that Tacoma.
Really?
Than any of those other things. He goes, because there's something raw about getting in this mini truck that's like, it just makes these certain noises and it does these certain things, and where you get into the other thing and it's kind of smooth and new and where the mini truck is just a little bit more rudimentary, I guess you could say.
It's more of a driver experience. And I totally get that with your truck. When we cruise around your truck, and I know like, because it is very raw and it's just freaking, you're in a metal box basically, But yeah, no, I totally get that. And it does have a rush to it, and it'll be interesting to see how, but I kind of want both in my truck. I want the cruise, like just nice cruise, but I also want the not the rowdiness, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That sentiment, but
yeah, I'll have to, when you come out next Wednesday. Oh, that's another thing is Wednesday. You're coming out Wednesday?
I am.
Holly will be out here.
Oh, cool.
She'll be out here with Joey's daughter because she's looking at some colleges out here. So I was like, depending on when Frank gets out here, I was like, we'll meet up.
Yeah,
and we'll go
definitely
to dinner and hang out. So
yeah, that'd be dope.
When you come out the drive around in the Tacoma, and you can see the difference between when you were in it to now.
Yeah, that was only like a month ago.
Yeah,
and
how much more solid it is just now with actually bolting things down. But
I don't know. There are no new vehicles that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see that laid out.
You know what vehicle was sick? It was that one I sent you the other day that Liberty Walk did, that Camaro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that IROC?
Yeah.
That thing's so cool. Bad.
Those cars were so stupid. Like, they were they were not fast. They were not anything. And then when you see Liberty Walk do this IROC Camaro, it's like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, they just build cool shit anyway. Because the other thing that they built was that Land Cruiser. Yeah.
But like, they always, they focus on these high-end cars, these very fancy, very expensive cars. And then when you take this like $4,000 IROC, I'm not sure what they cost nowadays, but
yeah,
comparatively,
yeah,
they're taking this like car that had 180 horsepower, 200 horsepower maybe when it came out, that are just were a kind of forgotten breed, and then you put it next to like their Aventadors and all that stuff. It's just cool.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how some people are just like, oh, I mean, like we are like Tacoma Toyota guys. I have a friend from high school who is an IROC guy, and he's had many of them, and not just like, just like old crappy IROCs, like super nice ones, So yeah, everybody has a thing for something. But I was just about to say that'd be really cool to see a new Land Cruiser all laid out and everything. That'd be fun.
The Land Cruisers, but I really like all the Lexus SUVs that are out right now.
Oh, see, I don't know, man. I don't know why. It's funny because like people, there are forums and stuff like in the like I read a little bit about off-road stuff, and a lot of guys go for those like Lexus. I forget the model numbers on it.
Yeah.
And they're like, these are better than the 4Runners. These are better than the Land Cruisers. Like they're just overall better vehicles as far as like capability and build quality and everything. Yeah. And then I look at it and I'm like, I just don't vibe with them. I don't know why.
I like the Lexus lineup better than the Toyota lineup.
Yeah. The other way.
Looks wise and stuff. They just look. It's almost like they look futuristic, but yet still have bold solid hard lines and stuff like that.
I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that. But yeah, that'd be really cool. Moving right along. Road_fab. This is a good one.
Roadie Fab.
Huh?
Roadie Fab, right?
That's how you say it, Roadie?
Yeah.
I just said road. I don't know.
He's the guy that makes all the parts up in the Northwest for mini trucks.
Yeah. He says run-ins with the police, caught dragging or illegal mods. What kind of tickets trouble did you get into? I was told by the old hot rodders when I got into air ride that it was illegal to adjust a suspension on the road in Washington. Maybe an old wise tale as I've never been pulled over.
I used to get in trouble a lot when I was younger, but not now.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Me too. But, but for mods and stuff on your truck, or
I went to court and beat a highway patrol.
Oh yeah,
he gave me a ticket for modified suspension and an unsafe start in a parking lot. And so this was, I did a little burnout in a parking lot. Got pulled over by highway patrol in the parking lot, and so the ticket was suspension too stiff, modified suspension.
This is interesting.
And then illegal start and something else. And so what I did was I went and I was like, this is a private parking lot. So in order to be a private parking lot, at least in Riverside County, I don't know if it's a state thing or whatever, but it has to, at every entrance of the parking lot, there has to be a sign, and the sign has to be a certain size, and the sign has to be readily visible, so you could read it by a certain foot, like by 25 feet or 50 feet. So I went around to that parking lot and took pictures of every single entrance. And there was only one sign at one entrance, but you couldn't read it from the thing.
Oh.
So then I go to court, not guilty, get a court date, present my case. The cop's there, present my case. And the judge was like, oh, yeah, not guilty.
And the cop was like,
and they threw it out. Yeah, threw it out. So and then I used to get pulled over all the time with my truck.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was loud and static, dropped super low and all that stuff.
Oh, it wasn't on adjustable suspension at that point?
This was way back in the day, yeah.
The two funny ones that I have is one, when I not too long after I first started driving, I had my blue full-size OBS, and it was a V6 5-speed, but a 5-speed, you just do burnouts everywhere, just, whatever. And so I remember doing a burnout through an intersection, get pulled over. I didn't get a ticket, but he's all, I could give you a ticket. And the way he described it was hold on, give me a second here. It was like a gross power, or like an exhibition of speed.
Exhibition of speed, yeah.
That's what it was, exhibition of speed. And it was because my V6 full-size truck did a burnout through the intersection. And then my funny one is I was down in Venice. I had my S10, so it was a 94 S10 extra cab bagged. It had the whole back end shaved and had the lights in the roll pan. And so we're down in Venice cruising around, and I'm in the back streets trying to find a parking spot, and this cop pulls me over. This gigantic rocked out white dude, just, okay, forgive me, like a Peckerwood looking white dude, right? So he pulls me over. He's all license and registration, so I give it to him, and he goes, and at the time my address was a PO box. And he's all, is this your address? And I was like, no, that's not my physical address. That's like my mailing address. And he was like just sweating me over this address, like getting upset with me. And I could see him progressively getting more upset with me. And then he looks in the bed and he's like, well, what's all this back here? And I was like, oh, I tow jet skis. It's like a helper for, I'm just coming up with bullshit, right? So I said, yeah, it's their helper. So when I put my jet skis in, it can lift it up. And he's like, okay. And he's like, what's going on with these lights? And I was like, oh, well, yeah, they've been shaved. So they're not in the stock location, they're in the roll pan. And then this is the funniest part. He goes, you mean to tell me someone physically moved your taillights from up here to down there? And I was just like, yes. So he was like, I thought for sure I was going to get wrapped. I thought the truck was gone. I was, of course, with Angie. Me and Angie are down there. And I for sure thought that was a wrap. But then he just was like, well, all right. He's like, well, I forget what the ending was. I just remember that part, but he let me go, and then I went on with my day. But it was just so funny how he was freaking out over the taillights. Yeah. And he couldn't comprehend that you could move them around in a different orientation,
Yeah, I remember I got yelled at by a cop because I forgot to take my plate. I got new plates, and I had the wrong plate, and he's like, this plate's not. He thought it was stolen because people just swap plates.
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
So he was freaking out. But then the funny one was when I had this Tacoma, but it was on air, but it didn't have a switch. I had valves in the.
Oh, yeah.
So you had to close the dump valve and then open each. It had 4 individual valves for each individual bag, and then a fill valve, right? So I had this contraption of ball valves sitting in the center seat, and the cop pulls me over, and she was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it lets my truck on the ground. Watch." And I just aired the truck out and laid it out, and she was like, looked at it, and then I just aired it up. I was like, "Yeah, these would just do this." She goes, "Well, that's crazy," and then she just left. There was funny. One time, me and Ernie Macias, I thought we were going to jail. Ernie had just gotten pulled over on the way. So he lived 2 miles from this house called the Fat Farm we used to hang out at. So he was driving up, and he had gotten pulled over for no headlights or something like that. And so about a week later, me and him were sitting in front of the Fat Farm, and this cop drives by with no headlights on.
Oh, uh-oh.
And we're like, "Hey, you can't drive around with no headlights on. I just got a ticket for no headlights." So we hopped in my truck, and we followed this cop down the street. We followed him to a Circle K, and we parked across the street, and we called the cops on the cop. Right, so we're not
That's
in
like
the same
swimming with sharks.
All right, so we were on the phone, and we're just like, "Yeah, there's this cop. He's driving around with no headlights." And they were like, "Okay." And he goes, "I just got a ticket on the same street for driving with no headlights. Why can he drive with no headlights, but I can't drive with no headlights?"
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "Where are you at?" And we're like, "He's at the Circle K on Paris Boulevard." And I forgot what it was, Ellsworth or something. And they're like, "Well, a cop can drive around because maybe he was looking for someone, or maybe he was, and we were just like, well, if you're looking for someone, don't you need your headlights on?" And anyways, we ended up the cop didn't obviously get in trouble, but it was pretty hilarious because we were across the street calling the cops on the cop.
On the cops. Jeez.
Yeah.
I had something kind of similar happen to me last year, or maybe it was earlier this year, but there was a raid going on down the street at a house, and they had this car parked in front of my house. And old man, I'm like, hell, and just plain car. One car would come in and was sitting there for hours, and I'm like, and concerned citizen, I'm like, "Hey man, this is kind of weird," And then another car came in, and then I went up and I asked the first guy, I said, "Hey, can I help you with something?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just out here," and he made up some weird excuse. He's like, "I'm just out here checking the internet service or something," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So then he leaves, and another car comes, and then I go out there and I ask him the same thing. And I was like, "Hey, can I help you guys?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we're out here." And then some other crap bullshit excuse. And then I go, "Oh, the other guy was looking for internet service." And then the dude's demeanor changed. He goes, "This has nothing to do with you. I suggest you go back inside." I'm all, oh my God. And then later that night they raided this house down the street.
Yeah.
So
they could have just told you that, right?
I know that, yeah, right. But I mean, yeah.
They probably didn't want you to call the guy, if you knew the neighbors or whatever.
Yeah,
so, that makes sense.
But it was just, dude, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that was pretty wild.
Remember the cop at Battle in Bama?
Oh my God. You have quite the tendency for yelling at cops. And now that I'm seeing a pattern, now that you're telling me this other story, I'm noticing a pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't mind just getting on cops.
Yeah, I just don't like when people are jerks.
No, yeah, I get it. No,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Moving right along. Okay. Our buddy Kenny.
Which Kenny? We have two buddies named.
Yeah, I know. Faring from Nebraska.
Okay. All right.
He's like, "I got a question for y'all. Do you think all mini truckers dress the same? Dickie shorts, skater shoes, black shirts, and flat bill hats, for example?" I think that was the case for a long time, but I think things are kind of changing a little bit. I think as people get older, they're starting to dress maybe a little more comfortably.
Oh, yeah. Not caring so much about their appearance.
Yeah. I think 10 years ago, 100%. There was Dickie shorts, black shirt, all that. I mean, I still dress similar to that, but I think definitely we're getting into this thing now where there's a little more comfort involved.
Yeah.
Little more comfortable shoes, maybe.
I was thinking about this the other day. I've worn Dickie pants since I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Dickie pants or Dickie shorts. I don't know what else to wear. I would not know if Dickies were like, "Hey, we're not making these anymore." I'd be like, "I don't even know what to wear."
Yeah, I know.
I have no idea. That's all I wear.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I somewhere years and years ago, I switched over to Volcom chinos. Like all I wear is chinos, and everybody knows my pant thing, right? I don't wear shorts, I only wear pants. But yeah, I'm the same way with Volcom. Actually, Volcom, I think, I know that they closed all the Volcom stores, but I think they still sell them online or something like that. But yeah, down in Ontario, like the Volcom store closed, and I'm like, what am I gonna do for pants now? But it's kind of funny, like the whole Dickie thing, like Dickie shorts, the shirts we wear. The thicker shirts, the Dickie shorts, all of that comes from indoor swap meet culture. Mm-hmm. That's where it all stems from. Because, like, I don't know, like maybe everybody's different, but from when I was young, shopped at the indoor swap meet, bought Dickie pants. Do you remember a brand called Interstate? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Interstate pants, Dickie pants, thick AAA shirts, like, and that I think and a lot of things are born out of like Southern California culture. So I think as the mini truck scene grew out of Southern California and people moved, but still kind of kept that, like, I think that's how that stuff really spread. Because like, you know, you have people in Canada wearing, you know, Dickie shorts and everything like that. And I think that's where it all stems from is indoor swap meet culture. I still rock initial belts.
I don't know. What's that?
Initial belt, you know, like the belts that they're the how to describe, they're like a felt flat belt, and they have a chrome buckle on it with an initial. Yeah, those are the belts I still wear. So it's just like that's just what I'm used to getting.
It's one of those things is when you get into like a thing where you're comfortable, then that you just do that forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, like I wear a backwards hat all the time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But now lately I've just been like not wearing a hat sometimes and just
really just kind of like going for it, huh?
Just kind of like whatever, you know? Like, not so much worried about certain things.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think as we get older, we're just not worried about certain things anymore. And like the joke that I was saying earlier is the footwear, but it is, man. Like, and it's funny that also the brands are changing with us too. Like Vans is all, hey, how about these comfy Vans?
So that was my thing, right? Like I could never wear Vans, or I wore skate shoes most of my life, and then I just wore whatever started being comfortable. Mm-hmm. But then when someone was like, hey, you know, Vans are comfortable now. And I'm like, no way. And then I went, now it's all I wear is those Vans shoes. And I'm like, these are
what are they called?
Comfortable. I forgot.
Yeah, because they're a different name now. They're not the classics.
No, they still have the classics. They're just, I don't know. I stand all day, you know what I mean? Like in those things without batting an eye.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, but I definitely think that's what's changing in our little culture here.
Yeah, because as we get older, these brands that we grew up with, you're right. Like the brands are like, oh, our target demographic is aging up. Mm-hmm. Time to make these things a little more cushion.
My kids currently are into this year, because it always changes every year, right? But this year they were into Sambas. You know what those are? Mm-hmm. Adidas Sambas. They're like a soccer type style shoe. So, you know, like Adidas had the shell toes that were made very famous by like Run DMC and Korn in the 90s and stuff. And then I forget what the next one was, but they had this thing, this model called Sambas, and that's what's like super hot. And of course, like Jordans and everything, you know, right now are super, super popular. But this one, I just wanted to shout this guy out just because, you know, he put himself out there. I think it's cool. So if you're up in the PNW, Washington specifically, this is 50_50_1. He does custom work. He does airbrushing, body drops, frames. He does everything. And this is his message. He says, you guys were talking about everything going up in price. I'm still $60 an hour, frames, body drops, airbrushing. I metal finish everything, TIG welding, motor work. His name is Tony Hoffman, and he owns 5150 in I'm gonna mess this up. Wenatchee, Wenatchee.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Wenatchee, Washington. So like, hit him up if you're up in that area and you need some work done, because that is really, really affordable.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. Oh, Ryan, real quick, because he asked this once before and he asked it again. He's all, what do you enjoy seeing more? Ryan, 94 Mini Trucking. What do you enjoy seeing more? A perfect quality custom truck or a decent one done by the owner themselves? He says that because he built his Toyota from scratch.
Yeah, he did the interior.
He literally sacrificed his fingers
He
to
did.
do the interior on his truck.
I saw him yesterday actually because the bench seat that was in his truck is going in the red truck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you guys were working out that whole little deal.
And the seats he got from SoCal, and then I delivered them out here, and then I think he didn't do the seats in his, but he did everything else because he's like, you know, he's in Sunset out here, and
Second generation mini trucker. His dad was in mini trucker for a super long time.
Runs his own business, doesn't have however much money interior costs these days, so he did it himself. Yeah, and it came out really good.
Yeah, I enjoy both, man. I can appreciate a Tray 5, fully 100% built, truck, and I can also appreciate, when people drop me messages and say, "Hey, check out what I built in my garage." So I mean, both are dope. Definitely not gonna say one is better than the other. Just
no. I mean, I think if like even just doing the little work on my Tacoma, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I did this and it worked. Like that feeling is definitely, I think that feeling is good. But then the other feeling that people have too is I worked really hard for this money and then I'm going to spend the money at this shop. And then you get the thing that you spent the money on. Like, I don't know which feeling is better.
I think it's the exact same.
I think the feeling is just like a success feeling or like accomplishment type feeling. So I think I like seeing I don't know, I like seeing things like this red truck come to life because it's just basically done. Yes, it was done at a shop, but it was basically done by just a couple of mini truckers in essentially a garage. Like it's really cool. Yeah. Like when he started it the other day, like the feeling I had when he started it, I was
that's
like,
cool.
Oh my God. Like this is crazy. Like I got that feeling when we started mine, but for some reason it was just a different feeling with this one.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because it was a stock truck. That red truck didn't exist before. Yeah. It existed as a stock truck, which is like just like the other millions of trucks out there. But now it is and that's the same thing I'm excited about mine. It's a brand new truck. Like it's its own thing. And that was a cool thing about the 4Runner too. Like it was its own thing that existed in this world,
Building something well, like you could take a stock truck and hack it to pieces and body drop it, whatever. How many body dropped and poorly designed suspension trucks are just sitting in yards and they can't sell them because nobody wants that crap. You take it to somewhere and you get the bones of the truck done well, so where it's going to last. You gave that truck a new life. Like you're going to give your Tacoma a new life. That red truck has a new life that will live on. It will live on forever now, instead of just like rotting away somewhere. Motor blew up, whatever. Like that truck will. It's a new truck. It's going to live a new life.
It's really interesting you say that because when I was buying my truck, it was funny because like as we were buying it, I don't know why Angie said this, but she's like, "Well, don't tell them that you're going to cut it all up." And I was like, well, okay. I mean, that's what we're going to do. But then we get there and I'm talking to the guy's dad doing the paperwork and stuff. And then Angie's talking to the young guy. And I come back and he's like, "Oh man, you're going to like lower this thing." And I told Angie, like, "Why'd you tell him that? I thought we were going to tell him that." But then it was cool because like in his mind, that truck was destined to just become like his grandpa bought that truck brand new.
It was also not, so nice. It's also a Tacoma. It's not like a.
I understand. I'm just talking about it in this capacity. Yeah. Like it's not like we're taking like a Camaro or something. And it doesn't. But the sentiment is still there. It was his grandpa's truck. His grandpa took really good care of it. He took good care of it. And for all he knows is like we're just gonna like shove a bunch of tools in it and destroy it. But now that it's like a second life. It gets to be its own thing and be cool and appreciated and taken care of. So it's cool.
Yeah. And it's a forever thing. Again, it's just like it's not going to get the suspension that work that it's going to get is going to be, it's going to work. So it's not going to just like get cut up and sit in someone's. There's so many trucks like I said this already, but that just sit around because the work. It worked to get it to a show and maybe cruise around town, but it didn't. It just kind of it is.
I get it. Yeah. No. Cool, but that's it. There was one more. We can answer this really fast. I just want to include it really quick. Producer Will, because like a couple weeks ago when I put the question thing out there, I said, we answered a lot of truck questions, but let's get weird. Let's answer some off the wall questions. So Will asked, who's your favorite female pop star at the moment? And his was Chaperone.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't listen he's like, don't be shy, just like put it on blast. But I would if I actually did like have one. I don't like. I appreciate.
I listen to
Chaperone.
I listen to a lot of female singers, but I don't
Me
know
too.
what class genre
As
of music
pop.
to put them in.
He's talking about like a Taylor Swift, a Chaperone, Katy Perry, like that kind of pop music.
Yeah, and I just don't really.
I just don't. Yeah,
It's not,
wouldn't.
it's not on my playlist, I guess.
Exactly.
Like,
It's not-
there's females like Halsey's on my playlist.
Mhm.
Churches.
Yeah.
I don't even know who would be on my playlist. That's
Will, I guess to answer your question, I've recently, actually yesterday, I was listening to Nelly Furtado, her very first album called Whoa Nelly, which I loved in when 2000 when that album came out. I love that album. And so forgot about it for 25 years. And actually this year is the 25th anniversary of it. So I listened to the whole thing back to back 2 or 3 times yesterday. So Will, Nelly Furtado would be my pop, my woman pop singer that I listen to.
Ella Isaacson. That's a good one.
I don't know who that is.
I don't even know if she's pop, but she sings one of my favorite songs called Pretty Little Gangster.
You guys send that to me.
Yeah, I used it in a video years ago, and then yeah, I don't know.
I love me some Cardi B.
Yeah,
Cardi B is super dope. So
that would be.
but she's not really pop. Is she
right?
pop?
I don't know.
She's rap, pop. I don't know what that is, but I love Cardi B.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my playlist now. I'm just like, oh, there's Tegan and Sarah. That's not pop. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that.
Yeah, maybe we'll circle back to that, Will. But yeah, thanks. But now I gotta go.
Ask us more random questions like that because that's fun.
Yeah, I like those. That's what the vibe that I was trying to put out was like we talk all about trucks. That's the main theme. But let's get a little deeper. Yeah. Not deep, but let's get a little off the wall. Ask some random questions.
Yeah, that's a good one too because there's dudes out there rolling their trucks around when none of their buddies are in it.
Oh, they're
what are you
rocking
really
it.
playing on the radio?
Yeah.
What's your hidden playlist that you don't want your friends to make fun of you? That's another part of getting older. I think that people stop caring what like the shoes or the clothes you wear. You it's not that you stop caring, but you're just like, I like comfortable.
This.
I'm
like
comfortable.
this.
Don't
It
matter
makes me
what anyone
happy.
thinks. I don't have to look like the rest of my friends at the car show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe that's music too, right? Like
100%.
You put on that Taylor Swift. You put on that Taylor Swift. It's all right. You could tell us. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Let us know. You on the drop Instagram or on this video. Yeah. Just drop some
and tell us. We won't say your name.
Well, if you comment in this video,
if you comment on the video, but if you send us an Instagram message with a question and you don't want us to say your name because Taylor Swift is your favorite artist, and you're a Swiftie. We won't say your name, but
We're just curious to know.
Yeah. Oh, Miley Cyrus.
I'm down for Miley Cyrus.
I love Miley Cyrus. I think she's one of the most talented musicians.
When she did that cover, what did she cover recently that was just killer? Wasn't it a Nirvana song or?
She has her covers. She has a million different covers.
Yeah,
and they're all good.
Oh, Olivia Rodriguez did a Cure cover with Robert Smith. That was super killer.
Churches did that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Miley Cyrus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus did one with Justin Bieber. That's on my playlist for sure.
Yeah, Justin Bieber. Yeah, I like Justin Bieber too. He's got some bangers.
Yeah. Let's see.
But yeah, that Olivia Rodriguez Cure cover was freaking killer.
Yeah, she's dope. Mm-hmm. But anyways,
all right. Well, we'll see everybody this weekend at Dino's. Swing by and tell us your favorite pop song.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.